Rebecca Alty, Mayor for the City of Yellowknife. We're updating our zoning bylaw and we'd like to hear from you, all residents, so that we can make sure that the upcoming zoning bylaw works for everybody.
Hi everyone, I'm Sheila Bassey-Kellett and I'm the City Administrator for the City of Yellowknife. We're really thrilled to be starting the process to update and modernize our zoning bylaw, and we're really looking forward to Yellowknifers participating in this process and sharing your thoughts and ideas on how we can make the zoning bylaw a really useful tool for everybody. The zoning bylaw is a tool that the city uses to place controls on new development, and it requires that people receive permission from the city through a development permit before beginning construction or changing the use of a parcel of land. The City of Yellowknife is in the process of updating our zoning bylaw. The updated zoning bylaw will support the implementation of our recently adopted community plan.
The City of Yellowknife has changed over time. Change is sometimes uncomfortable, but it can also be exciting. Yellowknife was originally an Indigenous community and the traditional territory of the Yellowknives Dene First Nation, who founded the nearby community of Deda in the early 1930s. In 1934, it was established as a mining town. In 1967, it became the capital of the Northwest Territories, marking the beginning of Yellowknife being a cultural, economic, and government hub. Since officially being established as a municipality, Yellowknife has grown from a population of 500 to a city of 20,000 in the last century. And with that change, controlling development and having a zoning bylaw that helps to manage change have been very important. Yellowknife today continues to grow as a dynamic city with a blend of different industrial, administrative, and tourism opportunities, and still acts as a regional hub.
The City of Yellowknife has recently adopted a new community plan. The community plan sets the policy direction for growth and development in the city. It does this by creating land use designations with supporting objectives and policies for managing development in each designation. Some of these designations include downtown, central residential, Old Town, Capital Area, and Grace Lake. The community plan has set a vision for Yellowknife, which is that Yellowknife is a welcoming, inclusive, and prosperous community with a strong sense of pride in our unique history, culture, and natural beauty. The zoning bylaw helps us achieve this community vision. It supports the community plan by putting it into action. The zoning bylaw places controls on new development and requires that people receive permission from the city through a development permit before beginning construction or changing the use of a parcel of land. Zoning makes sure new development is done in a way that is predictable, reasonable, and minimizes impacts to adjacent property owners. Zoning ensures a tank farm is not built next to your house. The zoning bylaw identifies how Yellowknife will develop by regulating how land can be used and the types of uses and buildings that can be built. It also takes into account existing uses, new uses, and infrastructure, including water, wastewater, and transportation, and land considerations like areas that flood or are swampy. The zoning bylaw divides the city into zones. Each zone has specific requirements that express the characteristics of that zone. For example, it is required that it considers where buildings can be built and where they can be located on a property. Details include lot area, lot width, building height, and location on the site. Zoning bylaws include two core parts. The first is the maps. The maps show all the different zones, using colors that correspond to the specific zones. Typically on a zoning map, residential is demonstrated in yellow, commercial is red, industrial is gray, institutional is blue, and open space is green. Each zone also has a number which shows the intensity of use. For example, in the existing zoning bylaw, there's residential 1 or R1, residential 2, and residential 3. The increasing number indicates an increase in density. The different zones need to consider current and future uses, but also the uses surrounding the area. It all has to fit together like a puzzle. The second core part of a zoning bylaw is the supporting regulation text. The supporting text provides a description of each of the zones. This includes the general purpose of the zone, what uses are permitted, what uses may be conditional, and other regulations such as the limits of building sizes and heights. Supporting text also provides information that is more general and applies to all zones. This includes regulations for signage, parking, and landscaping. You can find out more information about Yellowknife's development approval process in the zoning bylaw.
We're updating the zoning bylaw to ensure it aligns with the new community plan. The update will ensure that the zoning bylaw is flexible to accommodate the changing dynamics of the city, but at the same time recognizes the constraints that are imposed on our community as a result of the complex history of the region and the rising costs of infrastructure. The zoning bylaw will take a number of things into account, and then it will also consider things like existing mine sites that are under remediation, ongoing land claims and Aboriginal rights agreements, and the cost of developing new areas within our northern city.
A zoning bylaw is important for everyone, and it affects all of us. It protects areas and ensures that there are appropriate standards for development in place. It shapes the way our city evolves and develops, and it ensures that we grow in a sustainable way. It also gives us the opportunity to create a complete, livable, and vibrant community that enhances our quality of life.
As we update our zoning bylaw, stay up to date and learn how to get involved by visiting the city's website. This update will ensure that Yellowknife continues to be the amazing city that we are proud to call home.